it's not a gap year. It's a year to prove, take a step, and show people we are still that team. Amidst rumors of being the starting point guard of the future for your Boston Celtics, that's what Payton Pritchard had to say. Let's talk about it. What's going on, Green Teamers? You're watching Celtics Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Tyler Smith, and these are not your same Boston Celtics that you see right here. You see names like Neemias Queta, Jordan Walsh, obviously Derek White, Payton Pritchard. Those are going to be the names that are playing a vast majority of minutes for your Boston Celtics this upcoming year that has a lot of question marks surrounding it. So we're going to talk about the rumors surrounding Payton Pritchard this upcoming year, as well as some Boston Celtics newcomers and a trade that almost went down from Brad Stevens on today's show. But first, I want to let you guys know that I'm covering the Boston Celtics not only on YouTube, but on social media as well. Give me a follow over on Twitter, on X, whatever you guys want to call it, because I'm bringing you guys all the Celtics news before we bring you a video right here on the channel. Bringing Celtics analysis as well. I'm throwing my hot takes out there when they're on the basketball court, and when trade rumors are circulating, I'm commenting on those as well. I'm almost at my next milestone of 1,500 followers over on Twitter. I only need 24 more. So if we can get 24 diehard Celtics fans to give me a follow over there, you'll even get more Boston Celtics content. And the first 5 followers get a shout out on the next show here at Celtics Today. Here's the quote from Payton Pritchard about the upcoming season. He told Noah Dalzell of CelticsBlog, she does great work, follow her stuff, "There's only one mindset, always. I've never been on any team in my life where the mindset wasn't to try to compete for the championship. People can say gap year and all that, but as a competitor, that should never be it. And that's not the mindset of the city of Boston either." We've talked about this quote from Payton Pritchard before, and I'll just say this. I love Payton Pritchard being a member of the Boston Celtics. He embodies what this team is identified by, what the city of Boston is identified by. That's hard work, determination, and going out and getting things that people didn't think you could get. Payton Pritchard was a 4-year starter at Oregon. Not something that you see too often, especially for an undersized point guard like him. Then he comes into the NBA on a late first-round draft pick and has only gotten better with more opportunity throughout his career so far, coming off of a year where he was the 6th man of the year in the NBA, shooting a 41% three-point percentage that on high volume. And look, this guy was not, of course, it's a huge help that he can shoot 35-footers out there, but that's not why he has seen elevated roles and he has seen his game progress to the level that it is at right now. It is because of his mindset of a player, and it's to go put your head down and grind and work and earn the respect and earn the spots that you're given in this league, because they're just not handed out. And speaking of spots that are going to be handed out this upcoming year, the Celtics have a void at the point guard position with losing Jrue Holiday in that trade for Anfernee Simons. There have been rumors swirling around about Payton Pritchard being the starting point guard for the Celtics, not only this season, but potentially the future. Now, I mentioned Anfernee Simons, who was traded for back in the Holiday deal. That kind of is the battle that's going on right now. I guess not currently, because we're not in training camp just yet. We're still in the dog days of the offseason, folks. Trust me, I want Celtics basketball just as bad as you guys do back. But there is a starting point guard battle kind of going on right now between Anfernee Simons and Payton Pritchard, I guess in the social media spheres, right, since they're not on the court. A lot of Celtics fans out there are using the argument of, Anfernee Simons is just a better overall player than Payton Pritchard is. Better athlete, he's put up better statistics throughout his career. But I'll tell you what, Anfernee Simons has never been on a winning team in his entire career. Yes, he has started each game that he's played in it for the last 3 years, but he's never been a winner, and he's never been a player that at least puts in the effort that is visible on both sides of the court. He's an offensively gifted player, but doesn't play a whole heck of a lot on the defensive end. Now, aside from just what kind of player Anfernee Simons is, back to Pritchard here, he doesn't see this as something that is a battle or something that he has to needs in order to be validated in this league or anything like that. And that's kind of been the mentality he's had his entire career. Here's what he had to say. He said, "It doesn't matter to me. A lot of things can change in a year. You can start a couple of games, you cannot. For me, it's about controlling what I can control. And that's coming into games and changing the game and being an unbelievable player and helping my team win. So that's the only thing I'm focused on, ever. It's not about accolades. It's not about starting or anything like that. It's about how can I become the best player possible." Look, I understand Pritchard's being humble here, and he's not saying outwardly that he's looking for this starting role. I know deep down he's looking for this starting role. He doesn't want to be known as the 6th man of the year every year for his entire career. That's a great spot to be in, don't get me wrong, but I think Pritchard has his sights set a little bit higher than that, and I think Joe Mazzulla will do right by Payton Pritchard, not because he's the familiar name that's hanging around after a bunch of Celtics roster moves here, losing Holiday, losing Porzingis, losing a bunch of other front court members as well. This is because Payton Pritchard has earned the spot, and he has been a player who's got, he's taken his punches throughout his Celtics career, been in the lineup, out of the lineup, starting here, being on the bench here, spot minutes there. Like, he's been jostled around more than anybody. It resulted in him requesting a trade, but he kept his head down and kept working. They found a spot for him in the rotation, and he's taken that opportunity and ran with it. More about his mentality here. He said, I saw that's just how you make progress. Focusing on the things you can focus on rather than awards and stuff like that. Like, oh, I'm chasing these numbers to be an all-star. That's just not who I am and never will be. I mean, he just knows how to say the right things, man. Like, I love having Payton Pritchard here. He's a true leader. He may never be the most skilled basketball player out there on the court. He may never be the biggest player out there or the best defender, best two-way ability player that you have on the seas. But I'll tell you what, you're not going to find a lot of guys who have bigger heart than Payton Pritchard, who have a better work ethic than Payton Pritchard, and just who have more drive and determination than Pritchard does. And you can see that when he's out on the basketball court, too. It's not just in these offseason conversations. It's not just in these workouts in the gym. No, this is visible in NBA action where you see Payton Pritchard and his mindset just oozing on to the basketball court and your TV screens. Rich Gotham and other people around the Celtics front office are noticing. He said, I just love it. Payton's a fighter. He's a chip on his shoulder. He's like, no one's going to tell us we're not competing for a championship. That's what we're going to do, and I love it. That breeds confidence. I love it too. Do you guys love Payton Pritchard? If you believe in Payton Pritchard as the Celtics starting point guard of the future, let me know. Let him hear you. Make sure he sees this video on his feed today. Go down below in the comments section and type those 11s in the comments. Next, we're going to get into some rumors about a trade that almost went down and a detail that I missed when covering the Anfernee Simons trade buzz going on yesterday. We'll talk about that in a moment, plus some stuff about Chris Boucher, the Celtics' new big man in town. That in just a moment, but first, get hooked up with this awesome deal. Jason Tatum jerseys on the low, literally like $30 with this link right here, chatsports.com/Tatum shirts. The real deal. Nike, got a little bit of dry fit in there too, and it's evergreen. The Kelly Green Association jerseys. You can wear this all the time. They'll never go out of style. One more time, chatsports.com/Tatum shirt. That's chatsports.com/Tatum shirt. Don't worry, you don't have to type it in. I put that link in the comments section and description of today's video as well. Go get yourself some fresh Jason Tatum drip today. Alrighty, this came in from Nets Daily, who is a very reputable source, not just a fan account out there on Twitter. He has been in the business for a long time and is extremely tapped in. He said, reportedly, there was also some level of talks between the Nets and the Celtics about Anfernee Simons, but supposedly the Nets wanted too much in draft assets. Now, we had heard yesterday that the Nuggets and the Sixers and even the Milwaukee Bucks had at least expressed some level of interest in trading for Anfernee Simons. We know since making that deal back in June, the Celtics have not been married to Simons. There's been no introductory press conference, and they have been open to receiving calls and making calls on trading him away to continue shoring up their salary books. And it looks like they made conversations with the Nets as well. And then when I was looking at the list of players that could be dealt back in a trade with the C's, it only really landed on one for me, as the Nets have, it is Michael Porter Jr. making a bunch of money. They have Nick Claxton making a bunch of money. I don't think he would come back in the deal, especially if the Nets wanted draft capital, and that's what kind of held things up. I think it would end up being Terrence Mann, kind of the next level, next tier of salaries on that roster in Brooklyn. He's got $15.5 million owed to him this upcoming year. Now, a reason that I'm maybe a little bit skeptical about this being a Celtics trade target is because he does have a couple more years left on his contract. Like, he's making $15.5 million this year, and he's making a similar figure for the next 2 seasons after that. So my thought process has been, Brad probably wants to acquire players who are on shorter-term deals, easily flippable, but maybe they could flip him after. Like, that's what I would assume would be the deal. If the Celtics did end up making a trade with the Brooklyn Nets, Anfernee Simons for a Terrence Mann package of some kind, apparently the Nets would want draft picks going back in that deal. I doubt Brad would surrender any first-round draft capital. But even if they made this deal happen, if it came to fruition in some way, I would assume that Brad would try to flip Terrence Mann after and completely come off of all the money that was owed to Anfernee Simons, all $27 million on this one-year deal. He's going to get off all that money and be under the luxury tax, have that future roster flexibility, and avoid those luxury tax penalties. So I would actually keep my nose to the grindstone if this trade could end up progressing, or if the Nets' asking price is a little bit lower on Anfernee Simons. Let me know in the comment section, would you be cool with just dumping Anfernee Simons' salary, kind of like they did with Porzingis, trading for Georges Niang, and then just flipping Georges Niang thereafter and getting off all $30 million of what Porzingis was owed? Yes or no, would you be cool with doing that? Or would you want some encore value back for your C's? Let me know down in the comments. Before we get out of here on today's show, I wanted to quickly talk about Chris Boucher, because Boucher is, in fact, a college teammate of Payton Pritchard back in those Oregon Ducks days. And Pritchard had some comments to make about Boucher. And there could be a big role coming for him, as he was a late free agent signing after making that Niang trade. And he's kind of could be slotted in right there at that power forward spot if the Celtics wanted to go big and start Neemias Queta at the center. With the way that the roster is constructed, they're going to have to go about their lineups and their offensive philosophy a little bit different this year. So that could result in maybe some double big lineups with Boucher at the 4. Don't worry, he can stretch the floor a little bit. Shot it at a 36% clip from three-point range last season. Payton Pritchard said this about Boucher and what he can bring to this Celtics team. He's a high-energy guy. The plays he'll be able to make are unbelievable at times. I remember one thing from college. He never gets tired. So we should definitely use that, him running the floor. I think he'll fit wonderfully, and we definitely need him. Yeah, Peyton, I think we need him too. We definitely need Chris Boucher in this lineup. I mean, you traded away Chris Porzingis. You let Al Horford walk in free agency. He's going to sign with the Golden State Warriors, and he's a champ, so he's going to get a player option in that deal. Shout out to you, Al. And Luke Kornet got a $14 million deal from the San Antonio Spurs. So now your front court looks like this, and it is not really all that inspiring. Neemias Queta slated to start at your center. You have Luka Garza backing him up. We'll see what Xavier Tillman could do. Hopefully he is healthy. That's the reports are coming out right now that he is healthy. That knee is all clear to go. And then Amari Williams, we'll see how much run he gets on a two-way contract. He'll be playing a lot of time with the main Celtics. But Boucher is going to slot in there and play, I would presume, at least 20 to 25, maybe even 30 minutes a night for your Boston Celtics this upcoming season. So I think it's going to be a pretty welcome addition here. And if he's going to continue to be that energy guy, it's only going to play better off of a lot of the other healthy Boston Celtics. Obviously, Jason Tatum won't be out there, but Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Payton Pritchard, like those kinds of guys, they get it out of the mud. And I think that Boucher kind of fits that mold very well, too. What do you guys think? What's your confidence level in the Celtics front court? Let me know down in the comment section. Scale it for me, 1 through 10. 10 being that we don't have to make any more additions. This front court can last us for the next couple of years. 1 being we are absolutely cooked, and it could be a less than 30-win season for your Boston Celtics. Let me know what you guys think down below, and give me a follow. Make sure you do over on Twitter at Tyler J. Smith. That is the handle. And, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well, because we'll be covering your Boston Celtics like nobody else all season long. YouTube.com/CelticsTV. We'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, let's go C's.